The Sciforror Film Podcast. Hello and welcome to the Sciforror Film Podcast. I'm Andy Walker and I am joined as always by my son Scott. Hello, Scott.
Hello there.
Hello. How are you?
Getting over this case of COVID.
Oh, you had
Stupidly,
fun.
yeah, I've got this new variant that's going around apparently, and
Oh, lovely.
it's knocked me for six.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
It's basically the same as like it has been all the other cold symptoms, but it's got the extra verge of needing the loo every 5 minutes.
Very nice.
So
Yeah,
hopefully I'm getting over that.
fair enough.
But so yeah, our house has been on quarantine for the last couple of days, which
Oh,
much to the annoyance of my children. Because obviously
oh,
they don't see it all the time. They come over every now and again. They were
yeah,
meant to be coming over this weekend, but as we're still doing that,
fair
so
enough.
it's been fun.
Yes, sounds it.
So yeah. So how are you, Father? How's life? How's life on
Yeah,
the outside?
I'm, uh, you know, same old, same old. Everything's falling apart gradually.
You're looking very wild and woolly again.
Yeah, I know. I just can't be asked for shaving and things at the moment.
I've got the audacity to speak, but yeah.
No, it's just too much like aggravation and hard work. I can't be bothered with it.
It's,
Um,
so I tried pointing out to someone the other day, like, I just shave. Like, surely it's easier than having a beard. I'm like, no, because I don't have to do anything to it.
yeah,
Wash it every now and again, it's fine.
I will chop it off at some point when I get fed up with it.
Yeah. If it
When
gets
it's
any
like,
warmer, gets any warmer, I might trim it up a bit. But
when it starts getting in the way of me eating and drinking, I'll start brushing my hair again. When it starts matting together.
yeah,
Um, yes. So this week we're going to do something different. We're doing 3 short films and a longer one, feature film thing.
yeah. The last minute
Um,
ad for you as well.
uh,
The last minute ad of one of these films.
yeah, I somebody asked me about doing it and I'd forgotten, so I thought I would put it in. I, I'm just, I've been a bit, I've been a bit behind in getting things sorted out lately. I don't know why, finding it a bit difficult to concentrate on some things and stuff.
Yeah. Uh,
But there you go.
know that feeling.
Okay, shall we get on with this?
Yeah, got him.
All right. So the first of our short films is from our friends over at Deformed Lunchbox, and this is a film called Go Away Baby. Yeah, it's very much in the sort of general mold of Deformed Lunchbox films. Really, it's slightly strange, with all you would expect from Deformed Lunchbox in the way of humour and oddness. Um,
Yeah. Oh,
but it's got a kind
yeah.
of it's got an unexpectedly kind of gross ending to it.
Yeah, it was said it's one of the things. I was sitting there watching this, and I was like, it's almost that expected thing with the format books. It's got to be a twist, and it come to it, and it come to the twist in this, and I was like, oh, I was not expecting that,
No,
and it made it a lot darker than I thought it was going to be, but it was still very good. It was still very, it's very, yeah, like you said, it's very on par with their other films.
yeah, very much. I mean,
It's
the,
really well done.
the acting and the effects are really good, and there's some great camera work in it. I really liked it. I really like it. It's another one of their films that I really like. I just think they've done it really well.
Yeah, the effects they use were turning the baby's head and the sort of the angles they had on it were very well done. And
Yeah,
yeah, it was amazing. As I'm saying, it's just the twist at the end. As much as I've got used to their films with this weird and wonderful twists on it, it still threw me a bit.
yeah. It was a little bit unexpected, and it was really well done. It was a very
Yeah,
good twist. We won't tell you what it is because that would be spoilers.
yeah.
We don't like spoilers too much. Try not to do them, but definitely worth a watch.
We only spoil older films, ones that you should have got around to watching by now.
Yeah, but yeah,
Um,
no, I think it's a really good film. It's really well done.
it's
It's another one of their really great films.
it is just it is their film. It's just
Yeah,
it's their take on it. It's just amazingly done.
yeah, no, I agree. It's great. Okay. The second short film, this is from On the Fence Productions from 2021. It's a film called Gary. Now, it's an
Yeah,
interesting film looking at AI and its possible problems and smart technology and things like that.
yeah.
And strange cults and things.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Um, it's sort of it sort of threw a lot together, and
Yeah,
it's sort of you see a lot of these films where you do the AI things or they do the cult things. I've never seen one where it's thrown a lot of it together and work well.
yeah, no, I agree.
It was
I mean,
interesting. The effects of it. I loved and all that, and the sound work for me I think was a little bit off. I think again I don't know if that
yeah,
was the film on my laptop or what, but it
yeah,
was weird. But I like the effects of it and the the acting too. I thought was good. I thought the acting was
yeah, the acting was really good. It
some
was.
of the cinematography was very very good, and it's just it was sort of one of these films that sort of threw me, and it was sort of the odd little comments and drops that the things that were said in that I thought that made it, and it's such a good film. I think
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
good.
I've always had a problem with the idea of smart houses, and that I mean that goes right the way back to years ago. I remember watching a film where a guy had a computer that was like running the house, and he locked his girlfriend in the house and tried to kill her because it was jealous of her. So you know, it kind of goes back to that. It's that same thing of like smart houses and all that kind of thing worry me a little bit.
Yeah, it's just the whole thing is the fact that I'm not being funny as much as this. I'm of the generation where there's a lot of people using it. It was getting too determined, too used to
Yeah,
smart things, and like sort of we can't do this without a smart device. Why not?
yeah, yeah.
And this is sort of is showing the way that things are going. Not obviously without the whole horror side of it, but the fact that yeah, you're gonna have these smart houses, these smart things, and it's just gonna get to the point where it's just gonna if they determine it's
Yeah, I
not
mean,
right,
it's like sort of when you got AI and smart things, and you throw in a bit of satanic cult stuff in the middle, it
yeah,
kind of does it kind of doesn't really bode well.
no, and it's nothing bodes well when you've got a bit of satanic cult thrown in, but
No, true, but no,
but when
it's
it
just
comes to technology added to it,
I mean, as you said, the acting was good, the camera work's good. It
yeah,
is odd. It's quite an odd film, but it's a
yes,
really good, really well done. The effects are great. I really like it. Okay, the third short film is from 2024. It's written and directed by Charlie Perez, who we've actually done stuff by before.
yeah,
And it's called Facing the Unknown.
yeah,
Um, there's some good special effects in this and some good camera effects. The camera work, there's bits of it where the main character is running through woods and things, and the camera work in that was a bit too jumpy for me. It was a
yeah,
bit too all over the place. The problem I had with this is the fact that I didn't quite understand what was going on. I need to know more. Is it a war? Was she in a game? How
yeah.
long ago was it a memory she was having of her with the other girl?
yeah,
Who
it's
was the other girl? What
I,
was?
I do agree. It sort of left me with more questions than I had to begin with, and sometimes that's good, and sometimes it can work in your favour. But I think this is saying I agree with you. The cinematography, I thought, some of the shots and the angles were good. I agree with you. The forest scene. I think again, it's because of the fact that a lot of places now, a lot of films they use stabilizers, and obviously you can't always get them with short films.
Yeah,
So it's a bit, but you can have times where it looks more realistic. The location I thought was amazing though. The location for where it was
yeah,
filmed
yeah.
was amazing and beautiful. And but yeah, it's one of the things I sat there and I was like, I sat there at the end of it, like I'm not 100% sure, like you said, whether or not it was actually happened or something that happened or something that was going to happen, or like if it was her past memories or she was living from someone else. And it's just all I sort of sat there like I want to know more. I want to know what's gone on, what's going to happen, what's happened, and
I mean, I think overall it looks good, and it's not a bad short film.
no,
It's just that there's so much about it that I don't know what I don't
yeah,
know, I don't understand. That I'm kind of like left at the end of it feeling a bit like I'm not sure I understood what was going on there or why
yeah, a
that was happening.
little bit more of an explanation, or even
Yeah,
if it was in a synopsis, or
bit
I
of
don't know,
context or
like
something.
yeah, a little bit of context, or like a little bit of a at the end sort of, or even like a beginning or something, just sort of a little bit of context in it, just to understand what was going on,
Yeah,
would have made it a bit better. But it's still a good film.
it is a good short film. It's good. Okay, on to our feature film now. Our feature film this week is from 2023. It's distributed by Lionheart Distribution and Britflix, and it's made by Blame the Dog Productions, which I think is a great name. And it is a film called Cold Blows the Wind. The
Yeah,
director and writer is Eric Williford, and the cast is Jamie Bernadette, Victoria Vertuga, and Tori B. Lawrence. There are a couple of other people in it there. The synopsis for this film says, after hitting a jogger on the road, a couple chooses to bury the body instead of calling the police. When a mysterious stranger appears who witnessed the crime, things spiral out of control as the body count rises.
yeah,
Now, the beginning of this is very odd. It's quite atmospheric,
yeah,
and the acting on that part is really good, but it is very odd.
yeah,
Um, Now, it says there that they choose to bury the body, and it makes it sound like they hit the guy on the road and then take him off somewhere and bury him. They hit the guy on the road, take him back home in their car, or back to where they're staying in their car, then find out he's still alive, and then murder him and decide to bury the body.
yeah,
And it's the burying of the body that this is witnessed.
yeah.
But then it goes really weird.
Yeah, it's quite funny. You say that and say, yeah, this is what's actually gone on, and then say this is where it turns odd.
Yes, because the witness turns up, and then the person they buried comes back to life, and he has to be killed again, and lots of other things happen. Um, I thought it was quite odd that how quickly the guy goes off to have a look to see what's happening because this female stranger says that the things don't stay dead and
Yeah,
in the woods. So he goes to check on the buried body. But it's amazing how quickly the woman who stays behind, his wife stays behind, suddenly is willing to accept this other strange woman bit there who is saying and doing some of the most odd things,
yeah,
but she just seems very accepting of it.
yeah. Um, it's one of it's. I did sit there and again I get the fact that obviously, like we said before, it's scripted, you know. But a real life scenario, so something like that, you wouldn't sit there and go, so it's sort of so that happens. I'll be like, yeah, okay, I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, you're weird.
Can you wait outside? It's
Um,
and it's not like it even gets better. The more she talks, the worse it gets.
Yeah, she just gets odder and odder.
Yeah, and I think it's really weird as well. Just the fact that I don't know. I don't know if it was just me, but you listen to everyone's accents, and it was obvious to tell. Yeah, but why was one of them have a very Southern American accent? That's just the one guy, and it's not like they were all from the same area. It's
No, I
just
don't know. I mean,
it looked like they were
yeah,
meant to be all from the same area, but it's just like, so why have you got a really deep American like Southern accent? That,
I
but
don't
I
know.
don't know, for that I thought was a bit stereotypical. It was the whole,
Yeah,
but I did. It was a bit confusing for me in places. I think because of the fact that it was just the acceptance of things and things going all over the place, and it sort of seemed to be running different things at different times,
yeah,
like sort of into but said the cinematography I thought was very well done. The Without giving too much away because this is still sort of a screener.
yeah,
The bits where they after what they do to the second woman, like when they get sort of dispose of her,
yeah,
I thought was very well done because it wasn't like I've watched a couple of films where it's like they've done it like you said, like middle of a joint, so you can see where it's fake. And this they've done it in places where it was easy to cover up the fact that it wasn't a proper leak or a
yeah.
proper art, and it was easy to cover up that. It
But
was
there was,
still very oddly done, and they
but what
seemed very open to doing it very quickly.
what I liked about that though is there was a good little bit of humor in there, but not too much. It was just kind of like enough humor that you would, I mean, dark, black humor that you would put into a situation like that because of the fact that everything is so weird.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I know I thought there was some good sounding effects and visual effects in it. The cutting the body parts and things like that was really good. I thought it was a very well paced film. It didn't seem like it was too slow or too fast. It didn't seem overly long.
yeah,
It was just about right. I thought, yeah, it worked really quite well. One of the things I did think was really good is there's a fight scene towards the end,
yeah,
and it's a really well choreographed fight scene. It works really well. It looks like a proper fight.
yes,
You know, sometimes I find, especially in lower budget films, that they get things like that, and it doesn't quite work. But
no.
it worked really well. Um, it's good atmosphere. There's some really very creepy bits in it.
Yeah. There was some one moment in it that made me sort of feel. I don't know if uncomfortable is the word, but a bit sort. I suppose it is when he comes back from, I suppose, burying the second body
Yeah,
and finds his wife in the shower and that. I was sitting there like, that's a breakdown. That's
yeah,
very, and was saying the fact that that sort of deterioration they showed very well. That
yeah.
had quickly deteriorated as well. But it just seemed, yeah, it was a bit sort of, oh, okay, that's a bit weird. But
I
it's saying
mean,
it wasn't the fact like it made me feel uncomfortable to the point where I'm like, this, I can't do this, I can't watch it.
yeah.
But it's that sort of like that uncomfortable enough to go like, this is a serious matter. This is something
What
serious has gone on for her to split.
thing about it is like the weird thing about this film is that I watched it and I thought, okay, I watched it and I liked it and I thought it was a really good film. But I'm not sure exactly what was going on or why.
No, I'm guessing there was. Part of me wants to guess that it was something supernatural, like the
Some
witch
kind of
sort of thing,
ancient
but
curse or demon or
yeah, or something
something.
to do with the grounds, or I
But
don't know, but
yeah,
yeah, it was very bizarre, and again, it's a not very well explained,
but
but it's done in a way that you only realise afterwards. You go, so what's going on?
yeah. And the thing is, it's left it open for the possibility of a follow up to this because of the fact
Yes,
that it's open at the end for it to carry on as a story.
but it's
Um,
again, I don't know if it was just if you felt a bit, it was open enough to carry on, but it was also if it's not, it's.
Yeah, it's
It's
it's fine
close.
as it is.
It's open just enough to sort of go. Yeah, we could do it, but we don't have to.
Yeah, it's fine as it is. I mean, I think all of the people in it were really good. The acting was really good. The directing was really good. The editing, everything worked.
Yeah,
In the film, it worked as a film, and it was enjoyable to watch, even though there
yeah,
were parts of it I didn't quite understand what was going on. Um, and altogether, I think it was a really good film.
it is, and I, I applaud anyone that's willing to do a feature film and put the time and effort into doing it. And saying it's the fact that you can have bad films, but this I think isn't one of them. I think it's a good film that is done in the right way. Okay, yeah, it's left a few more questions at the end of it that sort of what's going on, what I don't fully understand. But it's not it's not a film that we've watched that we've ripped apart and gone, this is like.
No, no,
And it's not one that we sat there at the end of it and gone, it dragged on for too long. There was too much of this going on, and not enough of this. It was the
yeah,
perfect amount of like explanation, like the little dark humor bits in it, the action bits in it, the actual gore bits in it was enough combined to make it a reasonably good film.
yeah, it all worked really well together. It had everything in it was just right for what it was.
Yeah,
It's a good, really good film. I really enjoyed it and enjoyed watching it.
yes,
Okay, so we there we go. We've got Go Away Baby from Deformed Lunchbox, which we really liked, as always, because we love their stuff. Gary, which we liked but was quite odd. Um, we had Facing the Unknown, which we liked, but we weren't sure
sure.
really what was
Really, what was
going on
going on?
or
Yeah,
what it was all about. It was a little bit confusing and puzzling, but it was okay. And Cold Blows the Wind, which we both liked, and again, it had some puzzling bits in it, but it was just a really good film, really well made. So I wish them all the best with that and anything in the future. Well, I wish
yes,
all of them all the best with everything in the future. Um, so there you go. That's this week's reviews. Did and
yeah.
done and done and did.
Obviously,
Anybody who is interested, our friends from Wales, who are the guys who Chad and Thomas, who do the Rilla Thriller Film Festival, have their own podcast now. So
yes,
if you would like to tune into that, that's available on Spotify. So you can look out for that. Just called Rilla Thriller, and yeah, we may
yes.
have them with us on here at some point, and we may be on there at some point. You never know.
Yeah, we're trying to do a collaboration between us, which is very hard because four of us have all got different things going on at the same time.
Absolutely.
But it's, yes, we're looking forward to talking to them again and seeing what they've been up to. And I was saying I've been listening to their stuff already, and it's
Yeah,
very well
yeah,
done. And love listening to their review of their own uh, film festival they put on and talking about it. And I wish them all the luck in the future.
absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Scott, for being on par with it all and everything. I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes. I really don't know it. I realise when I get to the end of these things, sometimes I don't know how to end it.
No, I've noticed that, and
I just kind of drift off into obscurity. That's kind of the way I've lived my life, really.
be honest though, that's not the best. That's not always the
Start
worst
off,
thing to happen.
start off kind of strongish, and then end up drifting off into obscurity.
End up quite as strong, have a weird bit in the middle, and then just drift off into obscurity.
Yeah, well, that's life. Anyway, thank you to everybody out there for listening. If you are, and if you have, if you haven't, then sod ya. Um, not that you'll know because if you haven't listened, you won't know that I've said that. But then, hey ho.
Let's go.
As far as it goes, as far as Schroding is concerned, I both said that and didn't say that at the same time. But you won't know unless you listen. So,
Wow, I love the fact that we went from a horror episode to a Schrodinger's cat explanation. That was very
um,
smoothly done.
right. Well, yes. So, thank you for joining us and for being part of our whatever this is.
Weird
And
collective.
We will see you again soon. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
The Sciforror Film Podcast.